What is going on, Facebook? It's day 208. Saba Ali here, world's first person who is documenting their senior year by doing a daily Facebook Live. So I want to jump on here, obviously do my daily live, but then also talk to you guys about 5 things that's I've been noticing in myself and more so in a lot of other people, just on their daily consistent grind. And I listed all 5 on this live so you guys can follow along with me. But the first one that I want to talk about is trying to please literally everyone around you. And I struggle with this a lot. I am such a people pleaser. And to a certain extent, obviously you want to make people proud with what you're doing and help everybody else out also. And if you consistently, reach out to me on Facebook, on Messenger, on Snapchat, on Instagram, email, whatever, you name it, I always answer you guys back. But there also is a fine line between realizing that sometimes if you take too much time out of, your life trying to please, to do every single thing for everyone else, it's kind of going to take away from what you really want to be doing. And it also goes for, just entrepreneurship on its own, especially when it comes to your family. I know some people's family, they 100%, support entrepreneurship, and some people, they don't understand it. For me, coming from I didn't come from, an entrepreneurship type of family, so they don't 100% understand what it is that I'm even doing. So trying to please them in the aspect of, currently I'm still in college, but, still doing the normal things in order to, make them happy. So that's something that has been bothering me just because I feel like every single day I try and obviously be the best version of myself, but sometimes when you do that, you kind of forget to focus more on what you truly want to do when you're out there trying to please every single person. So that's number 1. Number 2 is fearing change. So a lot of people struggle with this. I know I struggle with this a lot. Not so much about making change, but it's more so fearing the future on its own. If you guys have been watching my lives consistently within the past week, I have had probably a lot of major freakouts about what I'm going to be doing post-graduation, because at this point I really don't know what I'm going to be doing. I did have a plan. Some of it, kind of fell through. Hit some bumpy roads along the way, so I'm still trying to figure that out. So fearing of the future and fearing change more so has led me to a couple other ones on this list that I'll get to, but it kind of has led me to a point where my mind is a little bit going crazy all over the place, trying to fix that fear. But in reality, it's just kind of, since I don't have a set plan that I'm going to be doing after graduation, it's kind of messing with my head. So I know for you guys, even, a lot of people struggle with this. When they don't know a certain exact path that they're going, they start getting scared and they kind of just back away and stop. But that's when you need to realize and acknowledge that you're having, that kind of scare and doubtful moments, but kind of putting yourself in that place and positioning it in a way to try and figure out what you can really do to overcome that. And that's currently what I'm doing. Yesterday I was super completely stressed out and kind of took a step back and realized, okay, what it is I need to do step by step, prioritize myself from most important to least important, and figuring it out as I go. Joey, hi, how are you? You're amazing. Thanks for all that. Thank you so much. I hope all is well. You're killing it like always. But yeah, that's number 2. Fearing a change. Number 3, I wrote these down because I will forget what I put in order. So number 3 is living in the past. Everyone has a past. Everyone has a story. I know a lot of you guys know my story. A lot of you guys might not even know my story at all. My past is a very long story, which I'm sure you guys will hear one day. I'll do it. I don't think I've ever even done a Facebook Live about my entire journey. But one day I will. But living in the past is something that does not help you mentally, emotionally, and even physically. Um, there's, depending on what type of past that you've had, my past comes from a very, self-conscious self. I was very shy, didn't really have that confidence that I currently have right now to pursue the things that I want to be doing. And some people, they constantly compare themselves, their current selves, to how they used to be, whether it's good or bad. But sometimes when you do that, it kind of puts a damper on your mindset because, if you look back with, if you had like a good past, you look back and be like, oh, like, I used to be this person, why am I not this person now? Or if you had a bad past, oh, I'm doing so well now. So, living in the past is good to reflect on to see, how far you've come, but actually being there and taking, all that bad and putting it in your current life is what kind of gets people in that kind of down stage about what they're currently doing. So I try to avoid that at all costs. I've had very highs and lows in my life, but that really formed me to everything that I'm doing right now. So, it's never bad to kind of look back with, everything that you've done up until this point, but realizing that living in the past is not good for you, like, at all whatsoever. So, number 4 is thinking at a micro level. We all set goals, we all want to accomplish those goals, but sometimes when we dream about those goals and our end vision, we think way too small, like way too small. And I used to be that same way. Like now, I'm like a goal setting junkie. I set major goals that are like, think that are just crazy when people look at me. But a lot of people, they set like very tiny micro goals. Like their thinking is just way too small. They need to get outside of that to really achieve and think, bigger things that they want to be doing. I had like a great conversation with someone like last week about their goals, and what they were doing was super cool. But when they told me, kind of their main end goal, I was like, that's it? Like you can accomplish that in a couple years. Like you can do so much more. So for you guys, when you're setting your vision, your goals, your end goal, think so much bigger. Like literally make a goal that scares you so much, and when you tell people this goal, they'll look at you like you are like a mad person, super crazy. But think at a micro level. It'll just, it'll be easy for you to attain those goals, but it'll be a lot harder for you to actually grow. So think at a bigger level, and that will allow you to grow in yourself and also obviously accomplish those goals that you want to be currently doing. And then number 5, which I'm sure all of you guys do, this is probably the most that has been kind of stressing me out within the last week or so, is overthinking about literally every single situation. So I have trained my mindset to somewhat analyze all of the decisions that I make in my life, whether it's about business, with friends, with family, with relationships, any small thing. I analyze every single decision, every single action that I make to make sure if it sets and aligns with my goals or not. And if not, I figure out whether, that's something that I should be doing or not. And, in entrepreneurship, people, everyone always says, just go after it, stop overthinking, stop doubting yourself, which is true. But it's also important to realize the actions that you're taking and how that's going to affect your future and what outcome is going to come about it. Overthinking about one thing like for hours and hours is obviously not healthy, but still putting a little bit of time and effort to that thought is not a bad thing at all. But it's also important to, take risks. Obviously, we're all entrepreneurs. We're all in it to get to our end goal. And in order to do so, we need to take these big jumps and do things that literally scare us. And for me, overthinking is something that I struggle with like a lot. I think about it constantly on how it's either going to help me or hurt me in different ways in different areas in my life, but at the same time it's hurting me because it's taking me forever to make an actual decision. So for you guys, if you are constantly overthinking and overthinking, that also puts kind of like a shield in your mind, of doubt about an action that you want to be taking or an opportunity that you want to jump on. So that's kind of the bad thing about if you constantly overthink about something, doubt comes into your mind and then immediately you just want to stop and not do it. And that's happened to me numerous times. I am guilty, and I'm sure you guys have done it also. So realizing when that fear and when that doubt and that overthinking mindset comes along, acknowledging it, not just ignoring it, but acknowledging that it's occurring, analyzing it for a slight bit, but then making that actual decision to move on from it. Because if you just sit there and if you think and overthink and think, your mind is gonna go crazy. And I have done that so many times, and let me tell you, it is not fun. Like, I was doing that yesterday. If you guys saw my live yesterday, I was stressed the fuck out. And it was I mean, this situation is stressful, but it could have been less stressful if I wasn't constantly overthinking it. So yeah, those are my 5 main things that I've been dealing with and I've seen other people deal with also. And it's healthy, to acknowledge that that is occurring in your life, but it's even more healthy to kind of take action to stop doing those things and preventing, different situations where, those 5 things to start occurring in your mind. So that's kind of my thoughts for the day. I want to do this live right now to share with you guys 5 things that I've been struggling with, and I know you guys have been also, so I want to share my thoughts with you. But it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. So I hope you guys had a great day. Otherwise, it is the first day of spring, but it was still super chilly here in Iowa. Keep on at it, guys. I see you guys doing so well on, Snapchat, on Facebook. You guys are killing it like always, and every single day when I wake up in the morning, my immediate thing I do is get on my phone and honestly scroll through my social media, and I love it when I see other people succeeding in their goals, because that just gives me a motivator and even more inspiration to get up and get at it on my goals. So you guys are killing it. I love all of you guys so much. You guys support me on everything that I do, and I know that I'm going to obviously continue doing these lives, and I appreciate the constant support that you guys have been giving me. So as always, if you guys need anything, comment below or reach out to me. I will answer you back. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and make sure to stay unforgettable. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.